I haven't seen a fire like this in ever. It had a big old front head on it, and it just looked like it was just running out through that field there. As you sat out there and watched it, you just had an evil feeling about the thing, the way it acted. I'm Sheriff Bart May of the Clark County Sheriff's Office.
Hi, I'm Corey Child, the Fire Chief of the Madison Fire Department in Rexburg, Idaho.
My name is Corey Berkebile. I'm a Fire Operations Specialist for the Bureau of Land Management.
My name is Richard Savage, Chairman of the Camas Creek RFPA.
I'm Ben Darham, the fire ecologist for the Upper Snake BLM Field Office. Prior to the fire, there were a lot of factors, I guess, variables that influence the size and the fire behavior. The first one being the fuel moistures. So during the time of the fire, we were hovering right around, let's say 118, 130% fuel moisture.
You know, there's sagebrush 9 feet tall. There's 3 feet over top of my pickup out there. So, I mean, it's tall brush, and it was ripe for burning.
Strong outflow winds that push the fire in multiple directions.
I probably watched it go 15 miles in an hour and a half, just under 2 hours. Once it jumped Camas Creek, then everybody was in a kind of a panic because there was a lot of cows that were in the way. And Forest Service, or BLM, that was wanting us to get A2 road closed down. So we closed it down, but we left it open for anybody that was helping the cowboys get the cattle and that out of there. It was probably 20 or 30 minutes after I got back here that I got a phone call from the BLM that just stated that the fire has now jumped the A2 road, and that it has broke into 2 separate heads, and that I have about 30 minutes before it hits Dubois. There's no way I can evacuate a town by myself in 30 minutes. ISP came in, BLM law enforcement, Forest Service law enforcement come right in and asked me what they could do to help me start evacuating the town. I called 2 of my neighbors, Fremont County Sheriff and Jefferson County Sheriff, and asked them if I could get 2 officers each to come up and assist me.
We had virtually every department respond from Blackfoot, Idaho, all the way to the Montana border.
This is the first big fire we've been on, so it was a real learning experience for us. We worked hand in hand with the agencies, BLM in particular. We have a good relationship with the people there, and because they are the ones that have trained us.
We needed like the RFPA's help, we needed cooperators' help because we didn't have a ton of federal resources at the time. And then throughout that entire fire, you know, the ranchers would call some of the RFPA members, and the RFPA members could call me, whether it was on the radio or the phone, and we had that line of communication to talk to them. They could feel a little bit more safe, you know, with the federal agencies being out there.
I don't think I've ever seen a response to this magnitude before. I've been in the fire service for 29 years, I believe. But I don't think in an hour and 20 minutes worth of time I've ever seen 40 engines come together on one fire in rural Idaho. That to me is a great success that took a lot of government leaders, a lot of years of cooperation for that plan to come together.
We seem to live in a time where it's just really hard to get people pulling together, and that's what really tickled me. I mean, that's what this RFPA thing is all about, is being able to overcome any silly little obstacle out there, and let's come together and let's try to manage.
Every one of the departments that responded pictured themselves or their community in a similar need, and would also be in hope that in a similar need they would have the same kind of response come to help them.